Welcome back to Random Generation Gaming. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video a little special, something a little different for you. Okay, so you know I'm doing my Gundam game series, and I'm showing you lots of different Gundam games, some that have never been seen before. Well, this is not a Gundam game, but it has never been seen before. This is Command and Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars. It is a popular real-time strategy game, so a big-time RTS in the Command and Conquer series. However, I am using the Gundam mod. Since Gundam does not have any RTS games, here we go, I'm using the Gundam mod. Now, this mod is a dead mod. The modder had a couple of versions. I believe this is the second version, and it just wouldn't work. It's incomplete, so the modder made a new version of this mod without any Gundams, but I happen to save the files so I can show you the Gundam mod before it's gone forever, so see it here first. Now the mod is incomplete. It keeps crashing on me if I can't save it. I get this far, and after this, if I save, it crashes. If I try to pause it or bring up the menu, it crashes, so hopefully we can get through this video without it crashing. Okay, so I'm going to show you all the different Gundam models. Now everyone knows I'm a Gundam fanatic. I've seen every series. There's still a few that I still have to watch that I'm watching now. I haven't read any of the manga, but I've played all the games, and you're going to see more of my Gundam games on my Gundam series. So let's get into it. Since the mod is incomplete, I'll tell you a few things. So the history of Gundam, you got the Universal Century. That is the meta Gundam story that has plenty of series, and then you have some other series that are their own timelines, own universes. They might have one season, 2 seasons. Some of them might have 1 or 2 seasons with a sequel that has 1 or 2 seasons. So the modder, the models that he used for Gundams are not really from any of like the main characters. It's mostly some of the mass-produced stuff, and he only used a few series. So there's lots more series out there, but we'll get into it. So starting off with the meta, the big series, the Universal Century, the one that started Gundam in 1979. Okay, we are starting off with that, so let's look at these models for this mod. Okay, so first you got the Pegasus. Okay, this is a Pegasus class ship. In the original Gundam, it was white base that carried the original Gundam gun cannon and gun tank and armor array and all of those. The Zeons, the bad guys, or the enemies you should say, they called it the Trojan horse. So we're dealing with the Universal Century stuff first. So let's start off with the main one, based off the original Gundam. This is the RX-78GP01 Gundam. It was not in the original Gundam series, but it was in Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. Okay, this is known as the Zephranthes Gundam from 0083. The pilot Ko Araki piloted it, and this is the same one, but this is the full Vernier version, the one he used in space with the jetpacks and everything. Let's see how close we can get. So yeah, those models look pretty good. So yeah, that's more based off the original Gundam. Now let's go over here to the Murdoch Gundam. Okay, the Murdoch Gundam did not appear in any of the animes, but it did appear in Gundam Zeonic Front, one of my favorite PS2 games. I'll be showcasing that game too, and it was in the game Gundam Versus. But this is the Murdoch Gundam. It did not, it's from the Universal Century, but it did not appear in any of the anime, but it was in a popular game. And loaded and ready. Over here is the fully armored version. Looks the same here, but if you know the fully armored version, it's just a little more powerful. Now let's skip over here to the RX-EZ-78 Gundam. This is the ground type Gundam. It was in the series Mobile Suit Gundam 08 MS Team, which is the most realistic Gundam series where they were fighting on the ground infantry style. This was piloted by Shino Amada, and here is the fully armored version, towards like the last episode with the jets and everything. Okay, so we got some of those out. Those are some, these first 4 are some main Gundams. Now, let's get to some of the mass-produced stuff. Okay, over here.
Ready when you are.
Did I upgrade this? Nope, I didn't. We got the GM Sniper 2. This is from 0080, which takes place a year after the original Gundam, even though a bunch of series came between that series. But it takes place a year after. Now, the modder does not have the model number, but I happen to know it because I'm a Gundam fanatic. This is the RGM-79SP, and it is actually based off of the RGM-79GM command. So that's what it's based as. Now, we can upgrade it to the White Dingo, okay? The White Dingo. Now it's white, okay? The White Dingo. White Dingo is from Side Story 0079, Rise from the Ashes. So that's a popular, you know, old school Gundam video game. I don't know if it even released in the US or what, but that's an old game for the PC. Now, you got your standard GM Kai. The GM Kai is based off of the RGM-79C Type C. This is also one of the mass-produced Gundams from 0083, Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. We can also upgrade this. Which one did I want to do? Let's see. Let's try the beam spray upgrade. No, that doesn't change it. The other one would have changed it to green. Oh yeah, it does change it. Good. Okay. So that's that, and then we got the GM Custom. The GM Custom, also missing the model number over here, is the RGM-79N. It is also from 0083, okay? Based off of the general GM Custom. So, as you can see, nothing from 0079 Gundam, but you got some in the Universal Century, but you got a couple of Gundams from the game. You got most of the stuff is from 0083, so it seems like he got most of his models from 0083, and then the 08th MS team over here. Both of these are really good Gundam series. 0083 and MS 8th team. MS 8th team is one of my favorites. Let's upgrade this one. And that's what it looks like when it's upgraded. Now it's fully armored. Now,
we hear you.
Another classic Gundam. Let's see here. Let's upgrade this one. Which upgrade do we want? Let's do this. Pop these wings out. I think it does. Yeah, that's right. Now, this is another classic Gundam. This is the RGM-79Q GM Quell Hazel Reserve Unit. Now, this was piloted by the Titans, okay? So that means it would have first showed up in Zeta Gundam. As far as when the cartoons were made, but as far as the timeline, it would have showed up in 0083. At the end of that is when the Titans were formed, even though that series came out after. Okay, now let's get to the weirdness.
Ready when you are.
Based on the GM Sniper, you got the GM Sniper K9. This is not from... It takes place in the Universal Century, but it's not from any of the Gundam cartoons, the normal ones. This is from Gundam Build Fighters. If you know anything about Gundam Build Fighters or Gundam Build Fighters Try, okay, then you know that that is all about Gunpla, which I have a Gundam game that's based on Gunpla. I'm going to show you that too. But Gunpla is when you build Gundam model kits, okay? They have a cartoon. Some kids are building Gundam model kits. They compete in a little like virtual, you know, arena. You know, it's like they're playing, you know, they're playing with action figures, but they can control them. It's like they're playing video games. So that's from that series. That means it is not officially Universal Century. Some kid took the GM Sniper K9 and built it. It was piloted by Mario and Julio Renato in the series. That's
Ready
why I
when
got
you
two
are.
of them. So basically not piloted, but they built these model kits based off the GM and put them into the virtual, and they went fighting. Also, we got the Power GM. Same thing. The Power GM, it does not have a designation, but this is the RGM-237C. This is also from Gundam Build Fighters, the second series. Gundam Build Fighters Try showed up in episode 1, piloted by Fumino Hashino. Okay, so even though these take place in the Universal Century timeline, they are not official Gundam stories. They are the model toys that the kids built to win. That's the series, last series I have to watch is the Gundam Build Fighters stuff. Okay, so That's it for Universal Century.
Yeah!
Let's check out Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing. So he got a few, the modder had a few models from Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing is the series that blew up Gundam in the United States. It is not the best series, but non-Gundam fanatics who know a little bit about Gundam or liked it, they think it's the best thing ever, but they're not real Gundam fanatics, and they love Gundam Wing. Gundam Wing had the first Gundams that was flying, and big, you know, Gundams, and 5 people piloting 5 Gundams and fighting everybody, that type of stuff. But here is all bad guys, no good guys. So let's start. Let's start with the standard mass-produced bad guy. This is the Leo. Leo Dober, it says. OZ-06MS. Dober stands for Dober Horn. That means this big gun here. This is the Leo Bazooka. This one carries a bazooka. And these two are the Leo MMG. They just carry machine guns. This is the flight version of the Leo. Now we get to one of the ones I really like, the Tall Geese. Tall Geese was piloted by Zex Marquise in Gundam Wing. It was the first mobile suit you pretty much see in the first episode. And Gundam Wing is good. It's just not the best one, but it's super popular because it started the big Gundam craze in the United States. But the Tall Geese is not a Gundam, it's a mobile suit. All of these are mobile suits. None of them are really Gundams except for this one, which we'll get to. But this is the Tall Geese. By the way, if you've ever seen SD Gundam, I still gotta watch those ones too. It's so many Gundam series. That's a different type of series for Gundam where it's like little characters, you know, little characters, their own personalities, but they're robots, you know, kind of like Transformers but in Gundam form. Anyway, there is one of the characters, the White Knight. His name is Tall Geese. Okay, now the Tall Geese 2, new and improved, was not piloted by Zex Marquise, was piloted by Trace Cruzanata, okay, in the Gundam Wing series. That's the Tall Geese 2. Then you get over here, this is not the Tall Geese 3 or 4, this is the Tall Geese Valkyrie. Again, the Tall Geese Valkyrie was piloted by Greco Logan. It is from Gundam Build Fighters Episode 8, meaning somebody took that kid took the Tall Geese model toy, since this takes place in the real world, this series, Gundam Build Fighters, and he made him a custom Tall Geese Valkyrie. Now let's get to my favorite wing model in this mod, because he doesn't have, he's missing thousands and thousands of Gundams, but look how that sucker flies.
Let's come back alive.
This is the OZ-13MS Gundam Epyon. Okay, this was first piloted by Hiro Yui, one of the main characters who pilots the Wing Zero in Gundam Wing, but he was the first one to pilot. It later fell into the hands of the main villain, Zex Marquise. Oh, let's get some zoom ins on this. Okay.
Let's come back alive.
If this crashes, that'll be the end of this video. Okay, so let's see if we can keep going. So that's the Gundam Wing series. Let's get to one of my favorite series, Gundam Seed. Well, Gundam Seed came, and then after that, the sequel, Gundam Seed Destiny. Gundam Seed was supposed to be basically a reimagining of the original Gundam series. Everything after Gundam Seed is great. Gundam Age, Gundam Unicorn, which takes place in the Universal Century, Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. So Gundam Seed Destiny really set it off. Gundam 00, you know, all of those are great. Gundam Seed Destiny really upped the notch. Gundam The Origin, Gundam Thunderbolt, everything after that, except for like the Build Fighter series, which I'm not really into because story-wise they're just playing with model toys. But all of the Gundam series that came place after Seed were excellent. I mean, the ones before them were good too, like 08 MS Team, but Gundam Seed and Gundam Seed Destiny, besides 00, you know, happened to be one of my favorites. Now, yeah, I love Gundam The Origin and Gundam Unicorn, anything UC related, but as far as non-UC related, like Gundam After Colony or something like that, Gundam, you know, Turn of Gundam and things like that, I like all of those. But yeah, Gundam G Requinista is okay, but that's a newer one too. But Gundam Seed Destiny really did it for me, and everything after that was excellent. So let's get into Gundam Seed, the most complicated one, because it's a reimagining. Now, we start off with Gundam Seed. let's see here. You have,
We hear you.
this is the GAT-02L2 Dagger L pack. This is
Predator
the same
crew ready to
thing,
roll.
but the Dagger Doper pack stands for Doperhorn, those two big guns, and
Predator.
the Dagger L jetpack. Now, these are the successors to the GAT-01A1 Dagger, which is also a mass-produced Gundam from Gundam Seed that was based off of the experimental GAT-X105 Strike Gundam, piloted by Kira, which is my favorite Gundam. I like to play it when I play Gundam Versus. I like that you can switch from the jets to the heavy to the different stuff. So that's what this was based off of, the first one, which is based off of the Strike. So you got the Strike,
Predator
then you
ready for
got
battle.
the mass-produced Dagger one, then you
Standing
got
by.
this, the mass-produced Dagger L. Okay, after that they
Predator ready for
upgraded to
battle.
the GAT-04 Wyndham. So again, I got the Wyndham Doppelhorn pack, the
Standing by.
Wyndham L pack, and
Loaded and
the
ready.
Wyndham Jet pack. Why don't y'all do a
Area
little
confirmed.
flying show off for me?
Heading
Subizao.
out.
Come on, do a little flying. So basically, these three over here are just upgrades to these three.
Standing by.
Now, these three are basically
Confirmed.
just one suit, but you can switch packs just like the original Strike. So that's how that works, but they were the mass-produced version. Now, the modder was good enough to put a couple of mobile armors in here from Gundam Seed Destiny. Remember, Gundam Seed came first, then Gundam Seed Destiny. Gundam Seed Destiny is the sequel. All of these models are from Gundam Seed Destiny, the sequel, except for the ship. This is a Dominion class ship. It was supposed to be, since it's a reimagining, basically the white base, but the Pegasus, the Trojan horse, but this is the Dominion class ship. In the cartoon, it was called the Archangel. So first
Loaded
of all,
and ready.
let's look at this monster here. This is the Destroy Gundam, and let's transform
Predator rolling
it.
out.
And let's turn you around.
Area
sir.
confirmed.
Look at that
Confirmed.
beautiful, sexy beast right there. Zoom in on you. Let's get a good look at you. Yeah. So that is the Destroy Gundam, the GFAS-X1 Destroy Gundam. And
We hear
then,
you.
the name is missing here, the EF Gels G, but I know it. It is the YMAG-X7S. This is from Gundam Seed Destiny Episode 17. It is also from the spin-off little mini-series or web short or whatever you want to call it, Destiny Ashtray.
Standing
Let's
by.
see what it looks like when it transforms. It can fly.
Predator rolling out.
Zumazao. Okay.
Area confirmed.
There we go. Let's get a close look at that. Yeah. So that's from Gundam Seed Destiny Episode 17. Again, I suggest if you want to start with Gundam and you don't want to watch the original series, you go with Origin and Thunderbolt and the original series and everything around that, Gundam Evolve, Gundam Igloo, all of those, But if you want to watch something that's not from the original Universal Century series and all of the spin-offs like Unicorn and everything like that, then I would suggest you start with Gundam Seed and
Predator
Gundam
crew ready to
Seed
roll.
Destiny. Our last mobile armor is the YMAF-X6B0, the Zamza Sa. This is also from Gundam Seed Destiny. Let's transform him.
Predator rolling out.
He can fly to
Confirmed.
Zimazao. Fly him into the enemies and kill them, but that's for another series and another game. So there you have it. You have models from Gundam Seed Destiny, Gundam Wing, Universal Century, Gundam Build Fighters. Now, as far as an RTS game, you have to have your bases and things like that. So the big tray, or the mini tray and the big tray from the Universal Century, the original Gundam cartoon, these serve as bases and things like that in this game. Also, the GM Sniper right here. It is not a unit that you can just move around, okay? Let's upgrade the power. It's not a unit that you can move around. It serves as your power resource in this game. Because this game is an RTS, it does have a power resource. So this serves as defensive and power resource. It's good how he has these regular things as Gundam models. Same here. In Command and Conquer Tiberium Wars, you have to collect Tiberium. Well, these units collect the Tiberium, get it cleaned, and that's how you get your economy for an RTS. That's how you get your money. So he used the Leos from Gundam Wings to do that, and he used some GM cannons from, you know, the Universal Century. So these again are not mobile units, they're just bases, and he happens to put Gundam skins on them. You can see some tiny people here. He even got the tiny people looking like how they supposed to look with their bazookas and things like that. These 3 units, this one is an uplink. You have to place it to get the seed units, Gundam seed units. You have to place this to get the Universal Century units, and you have to place this with the Leo here to get the Gundam wing units. You got your GM right here. You got your Windham Doppelhorn. The Windham again replaced the original GAT dagger. Okay, so yeah, so that's cool how these are just regular base buildings, but he has them modeled after Gundams. So yeah, that's it. I got a few other things I can show you that might crash the game, but let's see here. Oh, this is cool. So yeah, all of these Leos are just collecting Tiberium.
Let's have a look around.
It says radar vehicle, but in Gundam, especially like 08 MS team, those are the transport vehicles. You can see them in Gundam Igloo 2. They transport the people, you know, they have people, their support basically out there spying and telling people where to aim and things like that. So you got your special units over here that you can call down from the sky. Okay, so one of them is the Leo, which you saw right here, but these are the Leo dolls. Come on, drop. Kaboom! Leo dolls. Leo dolls are Leos.
Ready when you are.
Got your small old troops here.
Ground support.
Leo dolls are Leos, except there are Leos that are not piloted by people. That's why they're called dolls. Now, another thing I want to show you. You see it says a strike from GP03. That is the Gundam Dendrobium, piloted by Ko Uraki in Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory. So I'm gonna call that and hope it doesn't crash the game. Now it does advance the Yatagis from Gundam Wing, but it also calls in a unit that can destroy the enemy from what am I trying to say, from 0083 Stardust Memory. So a couple of these can do that. Let's see here. Oh, and this is cool too. This is from Gundam Seed. Let's see if this crashes the game. Let's drop it right here.
Sit tight.
So boom. Now if this mod does crash, that is the end of this video, and I will see you guys next time. So same thing.
Predator.
The GAT02L2 or GAT-Dagger L pack, except it was called the Dagger
Loaded and
Black in the cartoon. These are
Predator.
the black versions from Gundam Seed Destiny. Okay, so I got a lot of units here, and this game keeps crashing from a memory error because of this mod. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, here we go. Let's aim at these enemies, and you're gonna see some voila. You're gonna see the Dendrobium show up. It's gonna get shot up, but if this game does crash, that is the end of this video. And thank you so much for watching. I will do another video where I see if I can defeat the enemies. So where is he at? Come on, come on, come on in there. Here he comes. That is the Dendrobium. He had all that armor around him in space. His little Gundam was somewhere in there. Yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure to watch the rest of my series. Thank you so much. This is Random Generation Gaming. This is Command & Conquer 3 Tiberium Wars with the Gundam Mod, part of my Gundam series. And I hope to see you guys next time.